and welcome. This is Sports Debate, where we give you a platform to place your mouth where your passion is, to show off your sport knowledge, and all arguments are spot on. I am Solomon Ajiziogu. Following calls for fairness and justice in officiating decisions, the World Football Ruling Body, FIFA, has introduced the Video Assistant Referee, V.A.R. This is different from the goal line technology, which is also video-based. The electronic device is to help referees arrive at a precise decision in controversial situations in the course of a game by reviewing calls. It reviews 4 main calls. If in the course of a goal, a violation was committed in the build-up, 2 penalty decisions, 3 red cards, and 4 mistaken identity in the case of a card. Although the V.A.R. is yet to be included in the laws of the game, FIFA has tried the device at some of its tournaments and is hoping to use it at its flagship event, the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Originally, the World Body had resisted the introduction of the V.A.R. in football, arguing it will bring multiple stops, which would lead to stop-start situations in the game. During the dress rehearsal to next year's World Cup, the Confederations Cup, the device raised concerns about extinguishing excitements when it helped in the ruling out of some goals. Is the V.A.R. or more technology good for football? That's our topic today. You can join the discussion at Sporting Solo TVC or at TVC News NG, hashtag TVC Sports Debate. Joining me on the debate podium today are 2 gentlemen. Well, both of them you have seen on Sports Debate before, and they are here facing each other. Wellington and Madison returns on the debate podium today. Wellington, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Solo. It's back. It's good to be back on the stage again.
And he's up against, well, the new signing on Sports Debate, Babatunde Lawal.
Sporting Solo, it's nice to be here once again.
Right.
Not new any longer.
Of course, but then you are a new signing.
Well, if you choose to use the word.
Right, so, but then, V.A.R., is it good for football?
Well,
or more technology?
I don't see much difference what the V.A.R. does from the goal line technology, though it's been said that it's going to be on 4 contentious decisions. And like you read in the outlay, that see, it spoils the fun of the game. You understand? You stop the game, you start. And in other sports where the V.A.R. is being used, in tennis, in cricket, you see that these other sports, they have breaks during the game. So the V.A.R. is actually more helpful in sports where you have breaks and stuff like that. And like you said, that it's also being used in cases of red card decisions. And like we saw in the Confed Cup final between Germany and Chile, there was an incident. A player of Chile, Gonzalo Jara, actually elbowed a German player, and the V.A.R. was used. And the referee saw the incident on the V.A.R., but still chose to give a yellow card instead of a red card. You understand? So it calls for a lot of arguments. You understand? The V.A.R., is it good for football? Is it not? But my standpoint is, I don't think it's needed at all. The football is played by humans. It's refereed by humans. Why take away the human aspect of the game once you bring in the V.A.R.? So I'm not for V.A.R. for me.
He's not for V.A.R., but Wellington is for V.A.R.
Yes, I think I'm for V.A.R. because one of the constant things in life is change, and life evolves. Over time, the kind of football they are using right now is not the kind of football we're using in the 20s, in the 30s, when football started.
You mean the kind of football we play now?
The kind of football we play now, sorry for that. Everything has changed. They've developed it. So we expect on a consistent basis, there should be change. Change should be part of it. In football, at the time, it was the referee and the linesman. At the time, they introduced other 2 to assist. But they're not still getting it right. So with the emergence of V.A.R., which is the video assistant referee, it has been able to eliminate mistakes and errors, if not totally eradicating it. So we need on a consistent basis things that will improve football. And for me, I watched the Confederation Cup where it was tested. And I think I enjoyed the game. There was more cautions from the players. You see, they were trying to play the game than run into offsides. So FIFA feel it's a great success. And they feel if we can continue to improve on this process, then football will be getting there. The goal line technology is there. People have started using it. So let's also test this. Let's give the opportunity for FIFA to keep on improving the football we love.
But he just made mention of something now about Gonzalo Jara.
Yes.
Well, elbow is a red card.
I told you that is an isolated. That's an isolated case. That's an isolated case.
Isolated.
There are some others that they picked and people said it was right. What of the Pepe? The one Pepe scored against Mexico, if I'm right. There was pick upside.
Yeah.
Who raised eyebrow? The one Chile scored against Cameroon. Who raised eyebrow? Because they got it right. The referee cannot see everything.
Well, Sporting Solo, for me, just like you said, the Gonzalo Jara incident, he mentioned it as an isolated case. But we've always had these isolated cases in football, you understand? And that is what brings out the beauty of the sport, you understand? As in, you watch a football game, and after the game, there are some controversial decisions. You go back, and you're like, the referee made this decision, it made this call, and it should have been this way. It made this call, it should have been this way.
Gives a talking point.
It gives a talking point.
But
And
the
game still moves on.
Of course.
There's no perfection anywhere.
But it's a process. It's
FIFA trying to reach a perfection stage will not happen.
We are not saying we don't reach a perfection stage.
So what are we trying to do actually? You're trying to take away the human aspect of the football, which is what makes it interesting. Imagine a player scores a goal, and the V.A.R. technology says, no, it should be an offside decision, and they stop your celebration because they feel
the question is, was it an offside?
Well,
the question is, was it an offside?
But we've seen cases where it wasn't offside and the goal eventually stood. But you've taken away the passion of the player who scored the goal, trying to celebrate.
The passion of the crowd.
The passion you're talking about, is it in all the games?
Well,
was it in all the games? It wasn't in all the games.
It doesn't need to be in all the games.
It just happened, and from what the head of referee in FIFA said, it's just happened only 35 times in 12 games.
35.
Yes,
can you imagine 35 times in 12 games? So how many times do we need to have a stop and start situation in every game? It might happen 3 times, it might happen 5 times, it might happen 7 times, even 10 times. Imagine playing in the Champions League final.
Get it right.
Let's get it right. The euphoria of the game is so high on you, and you score a goal, and the V.A.R. is used, and they tell you watch the game. It's no longer.
Did you watch Confederation Cup?
I saw the Confederation Cup.
Was it in all cases that
the matches?
It wasn't in all cases.
It wasn't in all cases.
Fantastic. There were goals they were scored, and the celebration emerged. They celebrated. The fans also got the emotions with them.
Much later, when the
Not
V.A.R.
much later, I'm telling you.
How many seconds does it take for the V.A.R.
A goal that was scored accurately, and people considered it was a goal. V.A.R. does not disrupt. They don't disrupt. The celebration goes.
There was a goal that was scored, and the VAR was used, and eventually it was resolved that it was onside, and it was actually counted. The Chile goal, Vargas. But imagine they've taken away this thing.
Do we need such distractions?
No, of course, not distractions. I feel we need to correct it. It's a gradual process.
We don't need these distractions. The game has continued to move on, irrespective of whose ox is gone. We've seen a lot of decisions. Maradona scored
those things
in the
must change.
1986 World Cup.
Because there was no VAR. There was no VAR. If there were VAR, even Maradona has admitted that if there was VAR then, that goal would not have stood.
Well, there was no VAR then, but we still talk about it till today. And it is one of those things that makes Maradona the great. You see him
fraud. Makes him the great.
Well,
is that what you can't grade?
If there's a way the VAR can also be used in a way that it doesn't stop the game, then I'm for it. But if you're stopping the game, you're starting in another 1 minute.
No, what I'm asking the question is that you just said it now, mistaken identity.
Mistaken identity.
Yes, you get a red card in the case of Cameroon. The VAR was used.
The
referee got it wrong. We were watching as fans. We also knew it was a wrong decision. The VAR assisted. It went there to the footage, checked it, and said that player was wrongly carded.
Okay.
And what happened? He gave him the right card and he brought him back.
Okay.
So what are we saying? Has it not helped football?
All I'm
A
saying
mistaken
is,
player will have left the pitch.
all I'm saying is,
So don't feel
as this
emotion.
is
I
not-
also feel the emotion.
As this
I also feel it.
thing's not happened in football.
No, but it's wrong. We should correct those errors. Those are the errors we need to correct for the future of the game.
That is what
We are
brings the
moving to the future.
excitement. That is what brings in the excitement
The changes
of the
must
game.
also come. We need to change.
It is what
so that
brings in
game,
the excitement
Look,
of
let
the
me tell
game.
you something.
See, the
This is not
controversial
this
part,
is not
the
the
controversial
beginning.
part
More
of football is what makes it exciting.
Babatunde,
You understand?
More
See,
technologies will come.
Sporting solo.
More decisions will come. More innovations will come from FIFA. Even they are also considering that they should reduce the timing of football to 30 minutes each.
Well,
or maybe they should. Things will come up.
Well,
maybe halftime will begin to be 30 minutes. So yeah, all these things are trial times. We are seeing if these things will work.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, for me, I feel it's a great success.
Like 80% of the people who go to the viewing center to watch football, we all know they don't go there to watch football. Most of them go there to have controversial moments in the game where they can actually
So if the controversial moment does not favor me, how do you want me to feel?
How do you feel?
How do I feel?
How do you feel?
As an Arsenal fan,
But the game goes on. The game
do you
goes
think I will
on.
be happy?
The game goes on.
No.
See,
You must get it right.
I
You must get
understand.
it right.
I understand the way both of you feel at this time, but then it is. We still have another half. You know, Babatunde Lawal here believes that the V.A.R. is a misnomer, is a distraction in the game.
Disrupts the game.
So if you have just joined us, the topic today is the V.A.R. or more technology good for football? Wellington Amadasun here believes that it is good and that apart from the V.A.R. that was trialed at the Confederations Cup, more innovation will come and that these things are needed to preserve the fidelity of the game and to ensure fairness and justice.
So
but Babatunde Lawal disagrees. It's taking the sting and the excitement and the talking point of the game away. Removing the humanistic angle of the game makes it lose its sting and its excitement.
I enjoy the game,
but what do you think?
controversial.
What do you think? Do you think that the introduction of the V.A.R. and more technology is good or not good for football? Which one do you think? You can be a part of our discussion by sending your tweets to me at Sporting Solo TVC or at TVC News NG, hashtag TVC Sports Debate. It is still Sports Debate with me, Solomon Achiziogu. And the topic we're looking at today is about the V.A.R. Is the V.A.R., the Video Assistant Referee, newly introduced by FIFA, and more technology good for football? Wellington Amadasun here believes it is good. And more of it will be good for football, for fairness, for equity, you know, for fidelity, and of course, he says for justice. But Babatunde Lawal disagrees. He says it's taking away the excitement from the game. It's taking away the controversial talking point from the game and eliminating the human angle to football because it's officiated by humans, it's played by humans, there must be the human angle. But what do you think? Do you think the V.A.R., the Video Assistant Referee, and more technology is good for football? Or do you think any of these, the goal line technology, the V.A.R., or more technology, do you think they are good for football? You can contribute by sending your tweets to me at Sporting Solo TVC or at TVC News NG, hashtag TVC Sports Debate. Now, but have you considered, if you say that the V.A.R. is good and more technology is good, now imagine that every time you have to stop the game or all the time you have to stop the game or the flow of the game to address this issue of this controversial points in the game, it takes away what you call, when you watch a game, the end-to-end stuff. This team A, moves the ball to Team B's area, they take the ball, they take it back. Is that not the hallmark of a beautiful game? And then you have to stop it take a decision, a goal is scored, and then we are not sure what happened before the goal is scored because somebody raised the flag or because somebody in a room somewhere with the TV in front of him decides that no, something went wrong, and then the whole stadium had gone into a frenzy and you have to stop that. The end-to-end excitement.
End-to-end excitement always happens. If a player is down and needs help, the game is put to a halt. And they attend to the player. And then to not stop the frenzy. But the fact is that it's a process.
Okay.
All that happened at the Confederation Cup, FIFA has seen it. All the split seconds decisions, the long time, the wastage, they're also looking at it so that they could improve on it. We're not saying there are no mistakes in this V.A.R. Of course, but it's a work in progress. And they have said there will be consistent training. There will be continuous improvement. Do you understand? So that this thing can also stand and help the shape of football. If you watch a game, if you watch a normal competitions, FIFA competitions, you find that the number of offsides are too much. But this time around, the players were cautious. Most of them were not going to the offside. They were playing. We have even more reduced offsides.
So they are becoming robotic.
No, not robotic. They are trying to say, okay, fine, let's enjoy this game, play this ball, but too much of the offside.
I think we need to ask Wellington.
Javi Hernandez,
what
you know the kind of game
he has taken to actually arrive at.
I watched the game. I watched
there are too many offsides in a FIFA organized competition.
I'm a sport journalist. I watch this game. I report it.
I think you need to give us stats because in every football game there will always be offside decisions. It's normal for a striker whose main focus is to score goals. I need to make a point.
In a game, you have 20 offside, and somebody reduce it, and every game, you are not seeing 7 offside. Has it not helped football?
Help football how?
It has
reducing offside.
You know this offside.
Are you kidding me?
You don't need all the time.
Are you kidding me? The excitement of the game is goal scoring.
My brother, the excitement
when you take away offsides, how has that helped the game?
The excitement.
I was going to ask him the question, and you have asked him. What happens when we try to?
I need to make a point.
Move to try to encourage football, but you will answer to encourage attacking football, thereby encouraging goal scoring. You will answer that. Let him make his point.
Yes. The principle of the V.A.R. actually is supposed to be minimum interference for maximum benefit. That's one of the view of FIFA when they brought this V.A.R. And you ask yourself, minimum interference. What we saw at the Confederations Cup, as in that's maximum interference for minimum benefit.
Today you didn't watch the Confederations Cup.
I watched the Confederations Cup.
How many interruptions?
We had a lot of them. You just said we had 35 interferences in 12 games.
In 12 matches. How many matches were
That's almost an average of 3 stops.
How many matches were played?
3 stops per game.
Thank you. 3 stops per game. Is it bad?
In addition to other stops.
In addition to other stops.
Other stops. But just interruptions were just 3 per game.
One
outside goal. Maybe outside goal. Or a carded game.
Hold on. One other view of it is keeping the flow and emotions of the game while correcting clear errors in match-changing incidents. And you ask yourself, keeping the flow and emotions of the game. How does V.A.R. help us keep the emotions and flow of the game?
When you're already celebrating.
And the stadium is erupted in excitement.
But
you stop all that just because you feel the goal should not have stood. But eventually, maybe the goal stands. You've already stopped the celebration.
But that goal was a goal and offside.
I just gave you the incident of Vargas who scored a goal genuinely.
If genuinely it's a goal.
Had to be
V.A.R. will not interrupt.
Eventually, it was a goal.
But let me point out something. You said something about the principle there.
Yes.
You said
minimum interference
for maximum effect.
Benefit.
Yes. And then you talked about flow and emotions.
Yes.
Right. But have you not considered that this is an attempt to increase the fidelity of the game and eliminate match fixing?
Match fixing?
Yes, because if these things happen, referees could allow these human errors, thereby using them as excuses to fix games.
Well,
aren't you concerned that the V.A.R. will eliminate all of this?
Well, I would like to answer
maintain the sanctity of the rules.
Well, I'd like to answer that by saying that in most cases where we've seen matches being fixed or matches having a lot of wrong decisions, but I think it's something that we've also come to understand that in this game of football, decisions would definitely, as in, not go your way sometimes. But we've also seen teams benefit from all these decisions. It's the human aspect of the game. I listened to PK when the V.A.R. was actually being suggested and maybe it might be put to use. And PK was suggesting that the La Liga people should actually introduce the V.A.R. because he felt that some of the decisions that went against them, notably the game against Real Betis, they scored 2 good goals and the goals were actually disallowed. Understand? And PK was saying if the V.A.R. had been used, that these goals would have stood. But we've also seen Barcelona benefit from so many decisions.
So you are
you
not
understand?
agree with me now?
What I'm saying,
okay.
what I'm saying is, irrespective
Paris
of these decisions,
Paris Saint-Germain against Barcelona, in the game, 2 offside was in that game.
Well,
if V.A.R. was introduced, such people, you will have seen PSG in the finals of the European Champions League.
Well, maybe not in the finals.
So what are we saying?
Well, all I'm saying is irrespective of all these decisions,
that was fraud. That is match fixing he's talking about.
The game has moved on, irrespective
so
of
wouldn't
all
there have been a
decisions.
possibility that the game could have been fixed because of those things?
Well, I don't think so. Because the players who play this game, you understand, have love for this game. And for every player, they actually want to win the game.
You find it in the highest number of all this offside and cheats. You find them in La Liga.
Like the red card incident, I just gave you the Gonzalo Hara. You understand?
One of the Cameroon
player. Elbow.
A Cameroon player that was not the player that got that red card.
Okay.
But it was rescinded.
Okay.
He went to the footage and checked. No.
Oh, it's beautiful that in football now red cards could be rescinded on the pitch. Isn't that good?
That is it. These are the beauty. We need more changes.
It's a good development, actually. But for me,
because we used to hear this thing that the referee's decision is final.
No.
Well, I think the referee's decision is no longer final, actually. You understand?
Because in some cases,
so
even goal line technology, you understand, has made a change to that.
Let's get it right.
And we've seen UEFA also introduce referees.
Get it right.
Does this also suggest that football could be influenced from outside?
It cannot.
The V.A.R., isn't it?
Yeah, because the V.A.R. couldn't it be manipulated?
It cannot be manipulated.
Couldn't it be?
I think we also need to take that into
online, real life.
We need to take that into consideration also, because it's computer based, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we all know, as in the world we live in today,
it's not one person. Get it?
It doesn't have to be one person. Two or more
guys
who could consent.
From different nations. It's not one nation. A referee, if any game match could be from one country. But it can be from one country. Sometimes it happens that way.
I don't think
so. Let's say 2 of them come from the same country. Well, but the fact is just that the V.A.R. from different countries, like the one we see at Confederation Cup, United States, Sweden, you might bring one from Asia, so that they also understand these things. Okay. So with that, we are not stopping the game. But where there is errors, where we feel there's a mistake, referee, please retrace your step. That is only the referee still has the right to take the final decision on the pitch.
But like you just said, where you feel or where the video assistant referees feel.
No, it draws their attention. No, they draw the attention of the referee.
It's down to what they feel. It's down to what they can see.
Not they feel. You get what I just said. I said they draw the attention of the referee on a particular issue or error.
Okay. But what if in the incident of the referee actually made the right call?
Yes.
At the very first time, but the V.A.R. still has to double check, if I can use that word, to see if it was the right decision.
Very key places, very key things. Very key.
How does that help us?
No, it's a continuous thing. See, changes has come, it will continue.
All right, gentlemen,
will continue.
You need to round off now.
Let's support FIFA.
Okay. Your closing remarks.
Yes, let's support FIFA. It's a new thing. It has come to stay. You understand? So let's evolve, because everything about life is changed. All those split seconds, all those small skirmishes they need to fix, FIFA is working on it, and I believe at the next World Cup 2018 Russia, we'll see a minimum, if not even totally eradicated, of these mistakes that we saw at the Confederation Cup. Well,
Sporting Solo, for me, the V.A.R., I think it needs to be adjusted, you understand? Because I'm not for stopping and starting the game. You take away the frenzy, you take away the humanistic aspect of the game, you take away the talking point of the game, the excitement where people can watch matches and you come out and say, this shouldn't have been done this way, this should have been done this way. You understand? As in 10 years to come, 15 years to come, you still talk about this controversial decisions. It is what actually makes football different from every other sport. And the way FIFA are trying to like structure football to look like other sports, I think it's not good for us. It's not good at all.
Well, you have heard from our gladiators here today on Sports Debate. Is V.A.R. or more technology good for football? That's our topic today. Babatunde Lawal says no, it is not.
Yeah, it is not.
Wellington Amadason says it is.
Fantastically good.
It is change.
Yeah, change.
And we must adapt to change.
Definitely.
But what do you think? Is V.A.R. or more technology good for football? You can contribute to this discussion by sending your tweets to me at Sporting Solo TVC or at TVC News NG, hashtag TVC Sports Debate. Until we come your way again next time, enjoy the rest of your day.